Hi everybody, welcome to the GameKraft GameKast on the GamerAccess.com. My fantasy team apparently has a player out. Anyway, how you doing? I'm joined by a Mr. Anthony Ta.
I'm doing okay today. How about you?
Tired. I worked grave shift and then came here and did recording with you, fine gentlemen, or we had another gentleman with us. And now I'm pretty hungry, and Chinese food sounds really good.
I'm wary of Chinese food ever since my food poisoning incident.
Yeah. I'm not like...
Learned a lot of lessons from that one.
Like, the thing is, there's not a lot of restaurants around here, so there's Juicy's, the barbecue place, Egg Roll King, and 7-Eleven. I don't count Taco John's, it's terrible. So it's like, I have 4 options. And it's like, well, Juicy's is kind of pricey.
It is.
7-Eleven, I don't feel like you get enough food for what I pay. So that leaves Egg Roll King and the barbecue place. The barbecue place is also kind of expensive, but they got specials that are reasonably priced. I really should check that place out when I get the chance. Anyway, so there's that. As for video games, something this podcast has always been known for.
Yes.
Not random bullshit tangents.
Not weird jokes.
Yeah.
Not life.
It's a lie. It's known for all those things. I don't even think the people who listen to this, like, the people who listen to this show specifically, I don't think come for video games at all.
Really?
Like,
It's called the GameKast.
yeah, well, I don't know. Like,
We do talk video games on it at least 60% of the time.
yeah, the other 40 is
Garbage dump related material.
yeah. I really wanted to try that barbecue place around the corner though. Like, it's been there for years, and I just never go.
Got it.
Like, Ray brought home ribs from there one day that were really good, and I was just like, I keep meaning to go and never do.
Well, ribs are expensive.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know what I really like that is served at a lot of barbecue places?
What?
Cornbread.
Cornbread.
Yeah, like
I heard cornbread once. It was alright.
I really like cornbread. So yeah, we've been playing video games.
We have been playing video games.
As it is the middle of the batshit insane new release season.
Yes, and in the middle of this craze, I bought an Xbox One.
You did.
I did. It was a creepy experience.
We talked about that on Unscripted, so we'll...
Yeah. Basically, the sales guy was kind of creepy towards me to tell me to use the cash register in the back, then proceeded to stalk me to the front of the store. And then when I was ready to check out, there was like an empty register person standing there waiting for me, and the moment I walked by, he insisted, oh wait, I can take you right here.
So
I'm just like, wow, dude, because I have an Xbox One, I must be a high-value target.
I'm telling you right now, that guy was probably either really close to goal or something like that, or was really close to being fired, just needed to meet numbers. That would be my guess.
He was being creepy about it, though. It wasn't a case of him, like trying to be as nice as he could. It was a case of him you don't stalk a guy to the front of the store. I'm sorry.
I agree.
I should have said no
you should
to him.
Go die
because he creeped me out. But
this was my console buying experience for this whole generation. I bought my Wii U on the internet, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
PS4 was midnight launch. Picked up the console, left. We had a party. We ate cheap steaks. Great night. For everyone but Anthony.
Yes.
Who had?
I'm not gonna go into that. I had a sick stomach, so I had to go early.
Yeah, he threw up in the bathroom. And then there was the Xbox One, which I had no intention of buying an Xbox One until the next Halo game came out.
Which is originally supposed to be this month.
Yeah, but what happened was I got my tax return. It was way, way, way more than I expected it to be. Like $500 more than I expected it to be.
Wow.
And at the same time, I just got a new phone, so I traded my old phone in. So those two things are like, I have a surplus of money, I have a ton of GameStop credit, and like Killer Instinct, I played it at my friend Chris's house, and I was just enamored with it. I was just like, oh my god, this looks like the most incredible. Like they brought back KI. So I blew the cash and got the Titanfall bundle. And then like I proceeded to lose the job I was working at for that doctor's office a week later. So I was like, well, shit.
Well,
I had leftover money because it was like a $800 return. And I only spent like $300 of it, like $350. Thank God. And I spent another $100 on car repairs, but like at that point, I was so just done with life. I was like, you know what? I have unemployment coming in. I have money saved. I'm going to spend this entire week doing nothing but playing Titanfall and occasionally sending out an application.
Okay.
I prestiged in a week.
Wow, that is a lot.
I played so much Titanfall. You have no idea.
Was it like a 10, 12 hours a day kind of thing?
Yeah, it was like every day I would log on and like play Titanfall for like 10 hours.
Okay.
Wow. And like at the end of that week, I got a call to interview for that political call center I worked at for a little over a year. So, lesson learned, people. Don't worry. Play Titanfall. Play Titanfall in your underwear.
Game.
Yeah, it was So yeah, you got yourself an Xbox One. It came with Forza.
And
then you have a gold membership, so you now own Tomb Raider. And
Valiant Hearts.
Yeah. And you'll own The Walking Dead in a couple days.
I haven't downloaded any of them, so I don't really...
You should download Tomb Raider. You should get on that.
Probably, yeah.
That game is really good.
Yeah. I have plans to make my Xbox One an all-digital system.
That's...
Because I've realized that around my room, I'm running out of shelf space. And with buying my PS4 and Wii U games on physical copies, I am really running out of shelf space. So I have decided that, well, my Xbox One's going to be more like my... it's the Xbox exclusive systems. I've pretty much have committed at this point that all my multi-plats are going to be on PS4. Because that's what I've been treating my PS4 as at this point. So, yeah, I don't think...
Plus, they'll look better. And
and so I decided, you know what, I'm only going to have my Xbox for only exclusive, so... Okay, I'll just make my Xbox One an all-digital system.
The thing that made it so I turned it into an all-digital system was Titanfall came with a code. Killer Instinct was download only. Then we get a review copy for the Master Chief Collection. Download code. Get a review copy of Dance Central. Download code. Ori and the Blind Forest. Download code.
Must be running out of space in that thing.
Madden was a hard copy, but I prefer Madden on PlayStation. So I traded it in and got it on PlayStation. So I'm at I'm planning to. So IGN found a 4 terabyte drive that works with the Xbox One. I'm just gonna get that thing for it's like $120. Hook it into on top of it and be like, all right, all digital for this damn thing. Because Rare Replay, we got a review code of that. And I'm just kind of for backwards compatibility, you have to download the full game. So it's just
you know what? Download everything.
So it's just all right, I need, I'm. This is the digital system. My Wii U is a combination. My PS4 is mostly hard copy. Yeah, so...
Yeah, see, with my PS4, I knew that 500 gigabytes with pretty much almost every game out there being installed. These days, I knew 500 gigabytes is not going to cut it in the long term, and I'm not going to rebuy systems unless they're ridiculous deals. So I knew I was going to need a lot of space down the line. So when I bought my PS4, before I even turned it off the first time, threw out the regular drive, threw in a 1 terabyte. Then I turned it on for the first time and ran it through its system updates.
I still have 200 gigs of space, and I'm not installs and downloads are so fast on that system to where it's
but you need to be a little careful about that, because if you are going to reinstall a game and then choose the middle point of the game, it kind of assumes that when you install the game, you're going to play a new game right away, so it installs new stuff.
Oh no, I don't touch the game until it's fully installed.
Well, how do you know that it's fully installed?
Because you can sit there and they'll stay
on the PS menu. Batman didn't do that.
Really?
Batman, when I put the disc in, I decided that I wasn't going to start a new game right away. It installed in like 2 minutes, but that was actually just core files just to get you to the beginning of the game and the menu. But when I selected stuff like, I just want to look at costumes right now. Sorry, you got to wait for the full, complete install. Blu-ray does not transfer that fast. And so basically it tries to install as you play. It just installs the core stuff so you can get you going as quickly as possible, which is a good idea because it's better than what Grand Theft Auto 5 did. Which is just sit there and wait. You wait for all 25 gigabytes to go in. Or something.
Even then, the PS4 did that shit quick. Like they do it really quick.
Actually, on my system, it wasn't. You had to sit and wait for the entire thing.
You do not know that pain until you do it on Xbox One.
Oh, I imagine.
Install a disc game from the fucking Xbox One is a nightmare.
On the PS4, at least like you can do a core install. Like actually, with the downloadable games, like the Forza 6. Download code that I got with my Xbox, it did download the core, but every time I move to a next race, it's like a 5-minute loading time because of files
from
the internet.
I remember that I was like installing Dead Rising on the Xbox One took like 2 fucking hours. Like with the update, like without the update, it was probably like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But even then, that is a really fucking long install time for a console.
If you want to talk about long install times, you should see Gran Turismo 5 and all its patches because Gran Turismo 5 has its own install. If you wanted it to actually load, okay. In addition to that, it had a bajillion patches. But it wasn't like a single giant cumulative patch.
No, the PS4 had that stupid thing. Or not.
No, it depends on the game. Depends on the game.
No, every game does that.
Oh.
Every fucking game.
Yeah, it's not one cumulative patch like with Xbox. It is every patch.
One
in succession.
By one. Some developers are smart and they bundle them together.
Yeah.
So like the developers of like Call of Duty or like Naughty Dog will be like, all right, boom, we got rid of our old patch for this new patch. But like, Polyphony Digital is fucking stupid, and is like, just keep stacking patches on. It
took me maybe 3 hours to patch Gran Turismo 5, and that was before I had to install the disc.
That's
to get proper loading times, and even then the loading times weren't that fast.
That's fucking unacceptable.
I know.
It's really...
Polyphony Digital. You know what's really also funny about Polyphony Digital? Well, I have a copy of Game Informer that a guy just gave me because he was just trying to pitch me into the Power Up Rewards thing.
Yeah, I know. I hate that.
And this was about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's 2 years ago. It was the Order 1886 issue, back when we thought maybe it was going to be good.
God, I love how Nick tries to defend that game. It's so bad. It is such a bad game.
Hollywood, dude. Yeah, but
like it's and the thing is, like, they touted it on visuals, but even the visuals kind of suck because the environments are super bland and have no style to them.
Monocolor. Yeah.
That game sucks. We gave that game a 9, and it makes me want to vomit in my mouth.
Nick gave it a 9. We didn't.
But us as an outlet, because when a reviewer writes a review, that is for the outlet that you write it for.
Okay, in that case,
like, yeah, John
can't be as bad as Max Payne though.
No, Max Payne was a better game. Max Payne, like, there are certain things about Max Payne where I'm like, all right, this is a good game that has issues, versus this is a terrible game
with issues.
That is terrible.
But yeah,
like Max Payne, had I reviewed it, probably would have been like a 7.5. The Order, had I reviewed it, would have been like a 5, a 4.5.
Gotcha.
Like, it's like, yeah, it's really technically impressive. The audio's good. The acting is not horrible, especially considering how bad the script is. The plot makes no sense. The gameplay is not as good as Gears of War from almost 10 years ago, even though it's the same style of game. So on and so... Why is there this weird letterboxing effect?
Cinematics! Oh, that would be another game for our show there. Cinematics.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for that stuff, but there comes a point where you get the
Me going up to stuff, picking it up, and looking at it is not a fucking game mechanic.
clues.
God, fuck the Order 1886 sucks. God, that game sucks. It sucks so bad. Like, I do not believe we gave that, like, that is, you know what? Giving Max Payne a 10 was more acceptable. You can make that argument. It wouldn't be easy. But you can make it. Giving the fucking Order a 9, I don't, you know, like, if you said, like...
Add that to the list of injustices committed by this website.
Yeah, like, if you said, hey, Bronson, make an argument to give Max Payne a 10, I could do it. It's like, okay, the shooting is really fun, the game looks super good, great audio, great voice acting.
It's funny if you know how to mock
Max. It, like, Max Payne, like, it's funny. I get the point of the story, even though it's not super well written. You know, like, yeah, like, there's things I can point out about that are good about Max Payne 3. Those earlier games were really good. Those are classics. Mm. But, like, Max Payne 3, there are some good things I can point out about. Like, that was an atrocity at the time. Like when I, like, popped it, like, when, I believe she got a review copy for it. So we had an editor at the time named Brittany Parks. I'm sure some of you are familiar with her.
Yes.
Especially because our analytics say some of our searches come off people searching her name. I think it's like still, that is something that happens still, which, internet's weird, man.
Yeah.
But whatever. And she got a review copy for Max Payne 3, and she reviews it. And whenever someone puts up a review, I read the review and I check the score. And I noticed she did a single player review and a multiplayer review, and I was like, okay, well, we need to tell her to not do that ever. And then, like, I read the review for the single player, and she gave it a 10. I'm like, no fucking way. And I played that game that week. I was excited for it because I liked the older ones. I read it, and I'm like, no.
I agree.
This game is bullshit hard, too.
I agree. Not to mention, it's like, the story, it's just basically Max Payne just whining the whole time. And here's the thing. I understand that there are characters that went through a lot and went through hard trials and they get very depressed or angry and suffer a lot of negative emotions, right? But if you make it only one emotion, which is whining all the time,
yeah,
that is where you have a shallow character.
That's where you suck. But the Order, the nicest things I can say about the Order are some of the guns are cool. It is a technically impressive game engine, even though the artist did nothing with it. The actors do the best they can with that script. You only have to suffer through 5 hours of it.
Oof.
Oh, like, fucking God. How is that game, like, I want to say, I want Nick's logic, like, I want him to explain, how that game was a 9. How?
Game of the year. He'll have his chance.
Alright, okay.
Everyone has a chance to explain their game.
Because, like, PS4 exclusives, like, there aren't many. So, that will be a nominee for that system. Like, okay, Bloodborne's obviously going to win.
Yeah.
Like, lock.
Yeah.
Then there's Until Dawn.
Which, we can kind of see that happen, yeah.
Yeah, that's a game.
For the wrong reasons, but...
The game's alright. Yeah. Like, I'm liking it so far.
Well, you're liking it because we're mocking the hell out of it, so...
But, like, I would still play that.
It's okay.
If
it's not terrible.
And then, what else is there that's exclusive? There's another exclusive for that system this year. I'm forgetting the name of it, though. Disgaea.
Right.
Like, all three of those are way better than the Order.
I can agree with that.
Way, way better than the Order. Way better. Especially Bloodborne. Like, we gave Bloodborne an 8.5. Like, as an outlet. And then, we gave the Order a 9. This is a case of when you have two different editors, had I reviewed Bloodborne, I would have...
gave The Witcher a 9.
We gave The Witcher a 10.
Oh wait, there were 2 different Witcher scores.
Yeah, there were 2 different reviews.
There was the one that John gave the 10, and there was one where I gave it the 9.
Yeah.
2 different opinions.
I would have given it an 8.5. I would have given an 8 or an 8.5.
That's okay.
I think that game is really technically impressive. I just don't like playing it.
Well, it's a Western RPG.
Yeah,
problems with that genre in general, if I'm honest.
Just like there are a couple I really like. That Mass Effect 2.
Mass Effect 2 probably is, I think, is probably one of the best ever.
It's
bar none.
Oblivion. Yeah, Oblivion.
Oblivion's good. The problem is that maybe there's some things about that game that has aged really badly.
That
the bow and arrow.
Yeah, really that bad. As I've said, I think the reason I liked that game was video game Stockholm syndrome. Yeah,
but its world was really nice too.
Yeah,
especially compared to Skyrim. Skyrim was just one giant mountain with snow and pine tree, whereas with Oblivion, it was like Cyrodiil. If you went north, it was cold. If you went south, it rained all the time. If you went east, it was a nice lush forest. And if you went west, it was a dry plains. There was a lot of diversity in that game. And not to mention, when you finished it, it felt like you actually did finish it. And if you wanted to go back, you started over. And when you started over, that's a good thing because you get to experiment with new character styles.
Look, there was a lot of cool stuff in that game.
Yeah.
But I am saying that part of the reason that I was willing to give it more of a chance and enjoy it...
Because there was nothing else.
Because there was fuck all else to play. So it was like, alright, well... Alright, gonna sit down with this.
You understand its nature. You understand what it's like because you spent too much time with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Western RPGs, it's... I don't know. I noticed that I'm not really as big of a fan with it as I used to be. That could be because I have a lot less time than I used to.
Yeah.
Like, Case of Dragon Age, I just played it, finished it, and never touched it since then.
Game of the Year awards this year is gonna be a nightmare. It's gonna be like the worst year we've ever had.
Doesn't it get worse all the time, though?
No, this is going to be, like, the worst. Like, it's been up and down. Like, 2011 was really bad. 2012 was...
Bad as in we argued a lot? Or
like, yeah, like, 2012 was kind of bad. Or 2011 was kind of bad. 2012 was really bad. Like, that was a fucking bloodbath. 2013 was super chill. Like, 2013 was just, like...
Walking Dead. Or was it Last of Us?
No, that was Last of Us.
Last of Us.
Last of Us, Mario, GTA, Dota. Like...
Yeah.
Last year was a travesty. I really hope...
I like Western RPGs. Dragon Age is kind of good. But it's not Game of the Year kind of good. If anything, I saw a commercial on YouTube for the Game of the Year edition, and I just sat there just
super butthurt.
Just really...
Every time I see it, I just get mad.
The Witcher, I could argue for Game of the Year. Easy. I could totally argue for it.
Like if
John will argue for it.
If The Witcher 3 came out last year and it won Game of the Year, I would have been far less butthurt. Like, I still would have been mad.
You would at least you would understand. It's like, yeah, it's not my kind of game.
I would have just been like, fine, whatever.
But the thing is that I like Western RPGs, and I had a hard time understanding how Dragon Age was Game of the Year because everyone's like, there's so much to do. Really, me walking for 20 minutes across the giant hinterlands just so I can collect a plant is lots to do.
Especially,
it's like being told I have all these things to do. Yes, but I'm being paid like minimum wage for these things. I'm barely given enough experience.
Especially because let's compare that to Bayonetta, which like starts.
Well, to be honest, they're like 2 completely different genres.
But like, let's talk about how Bayonetta starts at a 10. And stays there.
Nah, it kicks it up to 12.
It goes up to like 12, 13, and just stays there the entire time. And it just gets crazier. Like, it's just like, it starts out nuts, but they're just like...
That's just level 1, dude.
That's just the first level, bro. How about you go down to hell and do this chase on a horse and fight Satan, Dominatrix Satan?
How about you fight your arch nemesis, and there are titans in the background doing the same thing?
This game was so awesome.
Oh man,
the game was so good.
I know. That was the best game. That was the best game I played.
That was.
I remember Bayonetta in 2014. Yeah. Bayonetta was the only game I played all year that kept putting a smile on my face. And and
it's good on so many levels because if you aren't into like the mechanics, like it's still just enjoyable as spectacle, but like it has a super deep fighting system with all these weapons and different stuff you can do. It's just,
You can enjoy that game playing it regardless if it's on easy or hard.
the game's so fucking good.
And it has a really cheesy story, but it knows it's cheesy.
And it looks so good, too. It looks gorgeous.
It's a Wii U game. I love the scale. But here's the thing. There are games that are big, like Skyrim and Dragon Age, but then there are games that feel huge, which is Bayonetta. It's like, it's one thing you need to make a game big, but you gotta have to have that sense of scale to it, too.
Just...
And it's a Wii U game that's doing this. So how shocking is that? And you get the first game, too, so it's a good value, which I never really played the first game, because...
you should, it's a great game. It's a great game.
I know, but going back in time graphically, it's like, ugh.
It doesn't look that bad.
I know.
It's aged, but it doesn't look that bad. I played through that game in 2013 because I got it in a bargain bin for like $8, and it became one of my all-time favorites up until the second one came out. Like, it was just so you punch God into the sun. You ride a motorcycle down the highway fighting angels. There's a beautiful Joe reference, an Okami reference, Resident Evil. Like, when you go into the store in the first one, he's like, "What are you buying?" And I'm just like, they're referencing to this other game they made. This game was so goddamn good.
That was the best game I played last year.
Yeah, that was the best game of last year.
But we're dragging it into so much to do. That's not a good argument, because you know what else has a lot to do? Life. Do you do everything in life? No. Why? Some things aren't worth it. And that's how I feel about Dragon Age. There are just a lot of activities that I feel like aren't worth it.
And Bayonetta does have a lot of stuff to do. Like, there's a lot of stuff after that campaign. And a lot of stuff to go back and reasons to play through it again.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like, I feel like if I decide to stop buying games next year, which... that's not going to happen. It's the year of PlayStation. I'm going to buy lots of stuff.
Uncharted.
Yeah. But if I ran out of time, I actually would give The Witcher another playthrough. Like, if you have games that make me want to play through it the second time, you've already got something really good.
I've done 2 playthroughs.
Dragon Age is, I may play through it again. I don't know.
I've done 2 playthroughs of Bayonetta 2, and I intend to do a third sometime.
Yep. Metal Gear you can't do an extra playthrough of. Because it's one save file.
It's so fucking long, too. But you can replay that awesome as hell intro.
You can.
That just...
yeah, you just have to keep running.
You
don't get any money out of it.
I know, like, I want to get onto the spoiler cast with you guys, even though I haven't finished it, because I know the twist.
Do you know the truth chapter?
I know the twist, like, I can't... there's no way I can describe what this is.
Okay, is it called Truth?
No, it's called Ishmael.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then that is the Truth chapter. Then.
Yeah.
Then you probably should be good to go then, for the most part. Because the only 2 things I would say is after the first ending, there is a part 2 to the game in a way. And part 2 doesn't actually conclude until episode 45.
Yeah.
Or is it 46? I don't know. 45, 46. 45 might piss you off. 46 is the second ending. That blows your mind.
I'm on mission 29.
Yeah, you still have a ways to go. Everyone got sick. That was annoying as hell, wasn't it?
I was just like, wow, everyone has AIDS. Cool.
Yeah. That was when the game started to annoy me.
Out in the jungle with the monkeys getting AIDS. Great.
You made a visit to Africa and everyone got sick, huh?
Yeah, like everyone got sick.
Yeah, well.
And that was not meant to be a racial slur. That is literally how AIDS happened. It was a thing that happened with monkeys. So that was not meant to be racist in any way.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, maybe you could talk about it. It's just
like that. Yeah, I want to talk about that and talk about how
the game has made me butthurt, but I've gotten over it by now. So I'm back into playing that game. I might pay for PlayStation Plus just to freaking play the FOB, the
forward operating
base FOB stuff, because you can infiltrate other people's bases, but you got to be careful not to get caught because they can retaliate come buy your FOB and jack your soldiers. So you gotta be careful not to get noticed doing this stuff.
I have no desire to participate in any of that.
Yeah, me either. But they'll still break into your place anyways, and you get to choose if you want to retaliate. You can also be buddies with other FOBs. So I hope I can shake hands with you without you jacking my S++ soldier. Right? Right?
Sure.
Yes.
I'm
just don't mess with Bremen.
That game is really, really entertaining.
It is very entertaining. It's
just like I wish that it had the narrative hooks of the other Metal Gear games.
Well, actually, it's a lot less story orientated. Like Ground Zeroes made you think it was going to be another one of those, but it isn't.
Yeah.
But the thing about Metal Gear for me is that for a long while it was my definitive favorite game of the year, but then it started to annoy me for various reasons. Then it became, okay, maybe it's edging forward of the other two games that were tied for second. And now for me, it's like a three-way tie. I can't really decide if... For me, it's a three-way tie between Batman, The Witcher, and Metal Gear now.
So are we talking about what's best or what's favorite? Because my favorite is Batman. I had so much fun with... Every time I was playing Batman, I was like, this is... the most entertaining thing.
Best game, if I were to look at it fairly, I would say it's a three-way tie between Batman, The Witcher, and Metal Gear of the three I played. If I was talking about personal favorites, I would say it's between The Witcher and Metal Gear. Because it's like, I thought it was going to be Metal Gear, I'm just like, yes! And then I'm like, now I can't decide.
What is the game of the year right now for me? The best is it's Mario Maker, which we saw a bunch of today.
Yeah.
This game is so dope.
That was quite shocking, because I thought nothing could get you off the Batman train hype. Then Metal Gear happened, then Mario happened, and I'm like, wow.
Well, I mean, we got Halo still. Halo and Rock Band.
I think Halo has a very good chance. Rock Band is...
No, it's
a party game, so it's going to have some issues, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a top 5 kind of thing.
I could see Rock Band sneaking into the top 10 and top 5 just because it's this is something everyone enjoys and agrees on.
Do you like rock music? Yeah, there you go.
Did you enjoy this party next week? Yes. Okay.
Halo, I actually do not know. Because for me, shooters has always been an iffy subject. Because...
It's so,
The good thing is that, obviously, when you play shooters, the story is not as important. I mean, it can be very good, but it's never really as important as the multiplayer. Because, let's be honest here, you buy a shooter, what do you buy a shooter for? You buy it to play online, unless it's something kind of like a specialty item.
Bioshock.
Unless it's a specialty item like Bioshock or Spec Ops The Line. But you buy shooters to play them online because that's where you're going to get most of your game time.
I forgot that game existed.
Spec Ops The Line?
Yeah, I really...
You talked about it a lot.
Yeah, it was really good. That game, makes you feel like a real asshole.
Yeah.
They use the way video games work against you in the narrative and make you feel like a prick.
Yeah.
In a very smart way.
Yeah. Shooters, most of your game time in shooters is going to be on the online.
Oh yeah, well, what are the major releases for the rest of the year?
So Rock Band just came out a couple days ago.
Rock Band just came out.
Yeah.
And my copy will be in the mail Sunday or Monday.
Yeah. Moving forward, I don't think the Skyfi is officially launched yet.
It's out. Came out the 6th.
Okay. So we got Halo, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed,
Halo, Call of Duty,
Star Fox.
That's next year.
Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is in December.
Tomb
Raider.
Fallout.
Yeah, definitely Fallout.
Star Wars
Battlefront.
Mario Tennis.
I don't know if that's major enough.
I'd
probably look at a list later for it.
Still, that's 7 really huge releases. Oh, Yoshi.
Yeah.
That's 8. Yeah. Tails. It's 9. Oh, Tails, that's a PS4 exclusive.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not a PS3 game now. We're basically just waiting out for Yakuza, and then we can finally really retire
just
our PS.
Fucking bring it. It's coming to America. They keep putting out videos about it. I just want to play it. I just want Yakuza 5.
I bought Yakuza 4 for $17 off Amazon. because it was like a few months after it came out. That game I think sold, what was it, 20 or 40,000 copies
Sold
total in North America. So I got it for steal. And you know what? That was probably one of my favorite games of
You should play 3.
of last gen.
You should play 3.
If I could find it.
I have it.
But 4 is like, oh my goodness, I freaking love this game. It's not just you going around doing Yakuza related stuff. You're going around to clubs and eating food and karaoke and.
I had Ray do a mock review of 3, and I loaded the game, and he's like, it was really good, but you're an asshole because that one scene. And those who've played the game will know this quote, "Am I a real man now, boss?" It just rips your heart out. It's so painful. And then in 4 had some really good moments. That ramen shop.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah, when he put the fucking gun in his mouth and just starts icing people.
Yes. I remember that one.
Game was so good.
Yeah, I know. You get to go to a ramen shop. You get to go to places and clubs and run a hostess club.
That was...
Yeah.
That was such a weird thing that people got upset about. Like, in Yakuza 3, they took out the hostess clubs in America.
Yes.
And, like, people got super pissed, so they made sure to put them in for 4.
I think, well, it's a Japanese thing, I think.
It is.
A lot of games, it's one of their cultural game things.
Like, the thing is, though, the people who are playing that game in America know what a hostess club is, and they want it in the game.
Yeah. You only have, like, 40,000 people buying it anyway, so...
Yakuza 3 came out, like... They picked the worst possible release date for Yakuza 3, I'm going to be honest, because it was...
Like every other small game?
Okay, but no, it came out in March, which, okay, that's smart. That's smart. But it was sandwiched. Final Fantasy before it, God of War after it.
You mean 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 13 and 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just...
60-hour Final Fantasy adventure if you somehow have the ability to stomach that much.
Yeah.
Yakuza game, epic adventure.
Dun, 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 dun. I love that song. That song that plays the dun, like the one they added for 3.
Yes.
Yeah. That we used it in the Game of the Year video that year.
Yes. I remember that.
I actually watched all, like, I was showing Ray our progression, how we've gotten over the years.
How Ethnita went from the world's worst monotone narrator to someone who actually has a little bit of emotion now.
How my scripts don't sound like complete shit anymore. Yeah, that's like, just like, oh man.
Like, can you believe, like, that's 5 years ago?
Yeah. But no, I showed him the progression. I was just like, we fucked up that 2010 list so bad. Like, why the hell is Mario Galaxy not ahead of God of War and arguably Mass Effect and Warcraft? Why is Heavy Rain so high?
I don't know. Why? We have to go back in time and ask our 18-year-olds fresh out of teenager...
19 in my case.
Yeah, it's fresh out of high school stupidity. It's like, you guys were teenagers. We understand.
Yeah, like...
You guys are wrong, but we understand it's because you guys were teenagers.
Okay, so I think this was the rough list. It was Yakuza, Red Dead...
Red Dead should have been a lot higher.
Should have been.
It should have been.
Alan Wake, which that game was great.
I think I remember I ended that bit so well you got the song for it.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Halo Reach.
Should have been higher.
StarCraft 2.
Put Halo above StarCraft, please.
Heavy Rain. Okay, look. It was the first one of those games, to be fair.
Okay.
Like, that was one of those...
Keep going.
Like, at the time, that made sense.
Okay. Above Halo, though?
Mario Galaxy.
Okay.
2. God, fuck, that game should be higher.
Yeah.
God of War 3. Mass Effect. Cataclysm.
That, you know what, to be honest, though, that list would have been a nightmare to figure out if we were to redo it. Because Halo, like, for me, it would be a nightmare because I really like Yakuza 4.
That's 3, but yeah.
Yeah, but I probably would have liked 3. Halo Reach is one of the only 2 shooters I ever really liked. Mass Effect 2 was near perfection. I was playing a lot of Cataclysm.
Like,
and Super Mario Galaxy 2 is
perfect. It is a perfect video game.
I can't find, like, maybe it's a little hard, but that's about the only thing I can really say against it. That's it. Maybe it's a little hard, but...
Like, looking at that list now, like, Cataclysm, I think its rank, it makes sense because we didn't, like... The problem with an MMO, which we've looked at Warlords of Draenor this year, and Cataclysm then is, like, part of how good it's going to be, that particular expansion, deals with how good its patches are.
Yeah.
And Cataclysm's first patch sucked. Really? 2 5-mans? That were remakes of 10-mans? Okay. Sure. Granted, they were fun. They were fun, though. They were hard. They were super gruelingly hard.
Was it the troll dungeons?
Yeah.
Yeah. I skipped those completely.
You lucky bastard.
I know. That's what happens when my subscription runs out and I don't play it until the next summer.
I actually really liked them, though. Like, I got the bear.
Because you gotta remember that at the time, I was like hitting level 60, but I haven't really finished Outland or Wrath of the Lich King, so I couldn't actually get to do the troll dungeons. But by the time I got done, they already had stuff like Hour of Twilight and whatever that more Bronze Dragon BS thing is.
Out of those 3, I really liked the one where you went to the past, to the War of the Ancients.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, I remember that one.
That one was cool.
You get to see how they. Basically, it's more Bronze Dragon BS. We just, hey, could you go back in time and solve this problem for us?
Well, that's the whole concept.
That's the whole time. Yeah, that's the whole concept.
I actually really like those dungeons. They are like some of my favorite dungeons.
Time Warp.
Let's see, which
no,
one's
really like Stratholme. Like that one you took me to.
That one's awesome.
That one, I'm just like, oh, chills.
Like just
like, here's Prince Arthas before he went crazy.
Like,
Night Elves haven't been found yet, so here's you in your dopey human look with dopey armor on.
So the Caverns of Time, there's Escape from Durnhold Keep, which was, dude, that was so awesome. That's us helping Thrall escape slavery.
I think I did that one once.
There's Opening the Dark Portal, which the actual instance sucked. That was not a fun instance.
Okay.
Cool idea, not a fun instance.
Mm-hmm.
Mount Hyjal, which was epic as hell.
Wait, what?
That's a raid. It was the.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did not see that one.
Yeah. The Calling of Stratholme.
Yeah, I've been through that one. We busted it so fast that we got an achievement out of nowhere for killing zombies.
I actually, I remember, like, back in Wrath of the Lich King, at the end of the expansion, I was so overgeared that I could chain pull the entire instance. That was so much fun. I was like, alright, I would tell the healers, like, I would check their gear score, and if it was like 4,800 or more, I was like, alright, hold on to your ass. Just pulling everything in the entire instance and having the group AoE it down. But yeah, Calling of Stratholme, Well of Eternity. I don't think there's been one since. Yeah.
Oh, they'll come up with another one.
I hope they do. Those are
again, the dragons are pretty much done now after Cataclysm, so for the most part.
Like Caligo still has some stuff going on.
Yeah, and then there's Rathian, which is like the last living black dragon or whatever.
Rathian, the next expansion is gonna be hella important.
Okay.
So
better hope he's not die, otherwise this whole thing is extinct. Well, he won't be extinct. His whole kind won't be extinct. He's the last non-crazy one.
Rathian is super cool. I like him as a character.
It's like, Rathian, I'm just kind of a little perplexed how he grew up so fast.
It's dragons. It's late age.
Well, it still doesn't make sense in my brain, because it's like, how do you go from a little guy to one who makes assassination decisions in like a month?
Did you see any of his Pandaria stuff?
No.
In Pandaria, he's the one you do the Legendary Cape quest for.
Oh.
And like he's trying to prepare you for the upcoming assault of the Burning Legion. That's why I thought before Warlords was announced, the next one was going to be a Burning Legion expansion.
Yeah.
But instead, it was Warlords, and now we're getting Legion.
You can't truly kill the bad guys. You need to stay employed. That's my running joke.
That's the conspiracy.
That is the conspiracy. You didn't kill Illidan. You just locked him away and he's coming back again. Cause
you didn't? Well, no.
You gotta understand, there's like 13 million adventurers, and they have nothing left to save the world from. They're all unemployed. So there you go.
They all need to go back to Westfall and help the farmers.
Yes.
Well, no, like, they kill off some villains forever. Like, Deathwing's gone for
good.
Arthas is gone for good.
But you do have another dude that's sitting on the Lich King throne right now.
Yeah.
Frozen in a block of ice.
Onyxia's gone for good.
Yeah.
Neltharion's gone for good.
Mm-hmm.
All the old gods that are dead are gone for good. There's only 2 left.
Mm-hmm. Warcraft lore.
Yeah.
But,
though one of them has never been found or heard of.
Dun dun dun. That's another expansion.
I just like how each continent, except for the Eastern Kingdoms, got its own race of bug people. Because the Northrend got the spiders. The spider race, the Nubra, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The Nerubians, that's it.
Okay.
Then Kalimdor got the scarab people, the Silithis or whatever it is.
Okay.
And then Pandaria got the Mantis people. I'm gonna build an army of Mantis men.
Yeah, I remember you doing that joke a while back.
So that just leaves the Eastern Kingdoms never got a race of bug people.
Okay.
So has giant wasps though.
That doesn't sound very comforting.
It's not a race of bug people though.
Uh-huh.
Eastern Kingdoms really did kind of luck out when it came to just like everything.
I know, but they also had the unfortunate effect of plagues.
Yeah, plagues,
Plague lands.
invading forces from another world.
Yeah.
Like Eastern Kingdoms though, when that 10,000 year period from the Sundering up until Warcraft 1, shit was going real good.
Yeah. Very peaceful.
Peaceful.
But then, of course, the whole planet caught on fire multiple times, so...
Yeah.
Must be really easy finding employment in Warcraft. All you have to do is just hope that you don't die in the process.
Yeah, you just have to like go train in one of currently 11, but soon to be 12 disciplines.
Mm-hmm.
And then pick a specialization in that discipline.
Mm-hmm. Find a guild that everyone will snub you out in.
And then go adventure.
Yes.
So, Demon Hunters look dope, though. Look really cool. You have to be an elf, though, to play them.
Yeah, that makes Night Elf.
Night Elf or Blood Elf. Because you remember, Blood Elves used to be Night Elves.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. It's like the only Demon Hunters I've ever seen were like Night Elves.
Yeah,
so.
that's because they actually kept it in their culture when the Blood Elves did not.
Okay.
God damn.
Warcraft lore.
Yeah, like no.
But yeah, Cataclysm expansion.
I
I remember.
like if TGA were to do like the Game of the Year Hall of Fame, it's like starting in 2011, it's like Portal 2,
Yes.
The Walking Dead,
Mm-hmm.
The Last of Us,
Yeah.
Dragon Age Inquisition. One of these things is not like the other. This year, who knows?
We don't know. It could be Metal Gear.
Mario Maker.
But that's going to be a hard argument when you're the only guy who actually played it.
John also played it.
Okay.
And John is playing it more than
But
Metal
the
Gear.
thing is that he thinks The Witcher is perfect. Or as close to perfect as he thinks a game can get.
That's weird.
And Bremen thinks Metal Gear is the best of this year. Nick, I have no idea what Nick's going to say. He could say The Order for all we know, and we would just laugh at him.
Then like Tori and Steph both like Ori and Broken Age.
Yeah. I have yet to decide between The Witcher and Metal Gear.
Ray's all up on Bloodborne.
Yeah. You're up on Mario. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a really bad argument this year. Because it's like, John, I could see John being The Witcher. Bremen's Metal Gear. You're Mario. Ray's Bloodborne. Tori and Steph is maybe Ori. And I can't decide between Witcher and Metal Gear right now.
See, here's my plan. Out of all those games, in order to beat The Witcher, I will back Metal Gear or Ori and the Blind Forest.
Well, you could totally back Metal Gear, because I'm pretty sure a lot of us will back Metal Gear. With the exception of Nick, because he hasn't gotten to it yet. As of right now.
I'd actually like... I sent you a rough top 10 last night, and it had... going off memory, it had Persona 4 Dancing All Night, which is I've been playing recently. What?
Yeah, I'm pulling up the list right now, because you sent it to me.
Yeah. Well,
It's okay, so... you sent me a video of what it's like when the video guys are gone.
Is that in fact what it like? Is that what it feels like?
It was 2 hours long. I didn't have time to watch it last night. I'm sorry.
Oh.
So you said Rocket League. Ooh, we could back Rocket League.
Yeah.
Batman. Yeah, I can see that. Metal Gear, Mario Maker, Ori Black Forest, Splatoon.
I really liked that game. It's cool.
I don't see it making it up too high.
Like, I'm talking about these are the ones I personally really liked.
Heroes of the Storm.
That game, like, here's the thing about Heroes of the Storm. I never knew I could like a MOBA that much, but
they just needed to make it like a more. You just play it for the fun. You're not playing it for money.
The first month and a half of knowing my girlfriend, I got, we would play it on my grave shift, because I work the night she has off. I work on Saturday and Sunday and Friday. And she also gets off before me, so we play Heroes of the Storm to pass time at my job, because I work grave shift right now. And, just every single night, it was just super fun to hop on and play. Like, I went on a 7-game losing streak and was still having a fucking great time.
MOBAs do that to you. Well, in different ways, I should say.
I lost 7 games straight, was still having a blast. It was just... The way it works is... In League, there are those moments where, or Dota, I've played a lot of Dota especially, it's just there are those moments where it's alright, kill him creep, I got downtime. In Heroes of the Storm, there's never that downtime. And it makes for a more engaging game to me, because it's there's always something that you need to go address now. There is never that, I'm going to sit at this tower and kill these little dudes while I try and level up. It's go capture the fort, the Dragon Knights! Go get the Dragon Knight, or go out into the area and collect seeds to go summon this giant plant monster to go F up the enemy base. And you are fighting real people by the time your team is level 2 or 3. Which is
cool.
That is something I find really nice. I've played games of Dota where I am level 10 and I have seen a real person twice.
Yeah, I've had those too.
Versus Heroes where it's level 3! Ah! For justice! That's what Uther yells.
Bam, bam, boom, boom, go. Go! Go.
Go.
You're the go guy of MOBAs. Okay. Bloodborne. Yeah.
I'll talk about each of these games a little bit. Bloodborne... Alright. Bloodborne does some of the best environmental storytelling I've ever seen in a game. It has beautiful art. It has, it does atmosphere better than almost any other game I've played. But it is going to make you its bitch. And it is going to do it until you learn. It is going to be no, bad, do it this way. Do it this way. And until you do it the way it says... Or figure out... There are multiple ways to do anything in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Until you figure out one of the solutions, you are going to suck. And I love the fact that the game just gives you such a feeling of accomplishment like, every time you kill a boss in that game, it is just, like, the greatest feeling in the world. Like, every time that you, like, the screen dims a little bit, it says, "Prey slaughtered," and it rains blood. And it's just like, yeah. Other games on that list.
And it's just Rock Band, and that's pre-Halo, Tomb Raider, and Star Wars.
Rock Band. Played at E3 a lot, actually. Got 3 different sessions at E3. Yeah, they improved Rock Band in smart ways. Rocket League, great fun group game. Ori and the Blind Forest, wonderful art, wonderful story. I feel it's a little too hard for what it is, but Batman, a little too much time to take. Story could have been a little better, but most fun I had this year with a game. Like, they nailed what it would feel like to be Batman. They just nailed it. Like, just everything I ever, like, I'm a big Batman fan. Everything I ever wanted in a Batman game, it is there.
I do like how in the Batman, though, that he does actually have this one major problem that kind of causes some issues throughout the whole game. And it's like, even with the Batman, nothing is going to get solved in 5 minutes. Sometimes it's just going to take the whole night.
Not only that, but that scene with the Harley Quinn area. With the multiple of the one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that song, by the way.
Yes. It's great.
It's like I'm failing multiple times, but I get to hear the song over again.
Yeah,
so
no, I like...
So it's all is okay with the world.
Ray and I live streamed that entire game. My entire playthrough of that game we live streamed. And, like, all 28 hours, like, every moment in that game I was having a good time. Metal Gear. I wish there was more narrative.
Which is strange, considering Metal Gear 4 had the most overkill of narrative.
Like,
out there.
I feel the game that got the balance right was 3. Because 3, there was a lot of gameplay, but there was also a lot of cutscene. Yeah, what else was on that list?
Honestly, if I'm honest, if you like knew the second ending of the game, you probably knew why there wasn't much narrative.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we can't talk much. Lip sealed.
Yeah. Speaking of Rock Band, so you can download your DLC in advance.
Yes.
From your older games.
Yes.
So a couple of things that everyone should know about this awful nightmare process. As I have gone through it, I have lived the nightmare. 1. Your Rock Band 1 and 2 discs do not carry over yet. They will in the future. Be patient. But as of right now, your exports that you paid for 1 and 2 don't carry over yet. So, like, the songs on the discs, not the DLC you paid for. So, like, if you want to play, like, I have Rock Band 2 on there. Like, if you want to play whatever Master Exploder from Rock Band 2, you're going to have to wait. 2. Would you like to hear the process of getting your songs?
Do enlighten me.
Alright. So, what you need to do is you can go on the Rock Band store in the game, or just go on the PSN store, or the Xbox store. Your choice. I had Rock Band on both systems last generation.
Yeah, you had the Rock Band Beatles on Xbox, right?
Yeah. I'm considering buying the adapter so I can have, it's like a $20 adapter so I can use my 360 instruments on my Xbox One. Because with the PS4 version, I just got new instruments. Speaking of which, I'm going to give you one of those guitars.
So I don't have to buy one?
Yeah.
Well, I'd still get a new one anyways. I don't know how worn out those are. We'll see.
Yeah, if it's in good shape, I mean, yeah. But if not, like... Yeah, so anyway, because I treat them well, like they're. I think the main issues I had with them was calibration. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So you go into the store, and you hit sort by price. But guess what? That doesn't work. Like it sorts them by price, but it thinks all the stuff you own is still $1.99 for whatever reason. So your best option is just to sort alphabetically, and go through all 1,980 something songs, like 4 rows at a time. Down, 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 download. Down, 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 download. For people on the PlayStation, I found an easier way that makes this less of a pain in the ass.
But it's still a pain.
But it's still a pain in the ass.
Okay.
You do this, but you do it on the computer. So you go onto the PlayStation Store's website.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the Rock Band 4 page, game page. You go to the add-ons, and...
Control F search.
No.
Okay.
That is smart, though.
Yes. You can type in the name of the song that you actually have or wanted, and it's poof.
Yes, and also, they haven't got 100% right yet, so some of your stuff might not carry over yet, and some of the songs aren't over yet. I was very disappointed to find that Don't Stop Believin' is not carried over yet.
Wow.
And I know I paid for Charlene, I'm Right Behind You, but they say it's unavailable right now, so what else? So what you do is you go on there and it has the big list of all the crap you've downloaded in multiple pages, and what you do is you right click it, open a new tab, right click it, and for all the songs you have, then you just add them all to your cart in the new tabs, and then you click on your cart and they'll all be in your cart, and then you hit purchase because they're all free, confirm, yes, and then you hit the buttons that all say download on PS4. And go boom, 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 boom.
Okay, so there's some button that says download all.
I think there is a download all on PS4 button.
Okay, good.
Good.
That saves a lot of trouble.
I cannot imagine that, I have 70 Rock Band songs and this was a pain in the ass. I've been on the Rock Band forums praying to find another way. I cannot imagine the people with 800 Rock Band songs right now.
Okay, yeah.
I almost became that guy because I liked Rock Band a lot. It's I just wanted to spend money on other games, but I could very much picture myself as that guy every week spends $10 on DLC. You know, $10 isn't that much cash, and that evens out to 5 songs though because it's $2 a song. So it's 5 songs, 5 songs, 5 songs, 5 songs. 5 songs.
That's a deep hole to fall into.
5 songs. 5 songs.
Stop! You need help.
Yeah, so the process of getting all your shit moved is a fucking nightmare. On both systems. It is a horrible fucking nightmare. Another thing, for you Xbox One owners, the legacy adapter is hard to find right now. Meaning, you have 360 instruments. Have fun. Have fun tracking this thing down. Or paying exorbitant prices for it. For PS3 people, your shit just carries over fine. Just plug and play. Also, if you're noticing a lot of disconnects with your guitars, or your drum set, your new ones, you are going to want to go onto the Rock Band Mad Catz website and connect your guitar or drum set via USB or via Bluetooth to your computer and update the firmware.
All this for the ultimate Rock Band experience. Right, all this for Rock Band.
Right. I've heard some people not download the firmware and it works fine. So, that's a thing. But
at least it's updatable.
Yeah, I just wish there was a way to do it from the game, I wish there was a way to say, hey, I'm going to connect this via USB. Please update firmware on it,
Yeah.
But, no,
that sounds really fun. Aren't I happy I have a clean sheet with Rock Band 4, because I've never owned Rock Band before.
Yeah.
Because, let's be honest here, do you really think that convincing my parents to get me a Rock Band set would have flown with them?
No, but, so, here's something that I'm going to say, though, about this, and it's, I'm very glad that I have that DLC, though, because I've looked up the set list for the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Like, there's some really good songs, some kind of songs, and some, like, that's a weird choice songs.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, like, Rock Band 1 and 2, which had, like, a lot of really good music.
Well, there was a lot you could choose from.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about just on the disc.
I know. There's a lot of good songs you can choose from.
Yeah, versus, like, Rock Band 4 is definitely, like, we've done 3 of these. We've kind of picked over most of the great music. Especially if you count our DLC library. So,
yeah.
That said, I'm super excited to get more Rock Band. Like I said, my copy should be in the mail tomorrow or Monday. I have... I have no idea what my schedule for the next week is. That's the problem. So, theoretically, I could have Sunday night off, and after we get done podcasting, spend all night playing drums. That's actually one thing I'm super excited about, is I have all Rock Band 1 instruments. And I'm really excited for new instruments, especially drums, because the drums are quieter now.
So you don't hear that
clack, 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 clack. Like, you still hear it, but it's not nearly as loud.
Yeah. The loud plastic clacking of the foot pedal.
I remember I actually have a friend of mine who was really into Rock Band drums, but his girlfriend wouldn't let him play past 10 at night because they were so loud. So he took his monitor and took the drums into the garage and played there. Yeah, so Rock Band. I'm excited to dive into it. It looks like more of that experience that I loved.
Doesn't I actually didn't even know that came out 2 days ago, because it's not exactly like the biggest craze like it used to be. It's just kind of more like, hey, you remember the old days? Well, here's one for now.
Well, the thing is too, they're saying it's gonna be like a platform, where it's like, yeah, we're not gonna make Rock Band 5. We're just gonna keep updating this.
Well, they better have a better way to, do music DLC.
Well, like, here's the thing. Like, if you're like you, or you're new, that's fine. Because you just look through their out.
You just look through and buy.
You're like, oh, I like that song. Or like preview. Oh, this sounds like it'd be good. Buy. Versus me, where it's like, okay,
They're trying to bring something from the far, far past.
Where, like, what songs do I own? Like, what I'm thinking about doing is, like, going onto my PS3, writing down all the songs I own. Yeah, I know. That already sounds like fun.
That sounds just terrible.
Yeah, none of this process is good.
Yeah.
I'm actually so excited. I'm actually considered, like, trying to get some overtime to buy DLC. Like, that's...
Because it's the power of music.
Right. I legitimately like Rock Band that much. It's just
it's kind of expensive.
It's expensive. It's
like for me, I have to get a guitar.
Well, if you've never if you invested already, it's not that expensive. Like, it's $60.
Yeah, but me, I'm
like,
new guy.
You are fresh. You do what I did and buy a set off Craigslist. Like that set right there, I bought that off Craigslist.
Questionably.
But yeah, that was that total, like, shady neighborhood, was just, like, in and out, super, like, it was super, everything about me buying that game was super shady. But whatever, right? Nothing came of it, so. Yeah, I think that, I remember when Rock Band came out, I didn't think it was going to be successful or a good game. Because I looked at the set list and didn't know most of the stuff on there. Now, part of that was just me being an uncultured swine. And then, like, it was the fact that Guitar Hero was so awesome and so big. I was like, you're not going to top Guitar Hero. But then I get invited over to my friend Mitch's house, the Mormon one. You remember him?
I know him, yeah.
Like, about my height, glasses. I got over invited to his house with Gamers, the video game club, and he was having this Rock Band party, 2 sets in 2 separate rooms. And it just clicked.
Well, the thing is that, like, with Guitar Hero, it's kind of more like a skill kind of thing. People setting records on YouTube, that used to be a big thing way back in the day. If you could get, like, through the fire and flames on Expert 100%, you were...
The thing where, like, the only way to play the opening line is you needed both hands. So you had to, like, hit the opening note, then move up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
whereas Rock Band's more the group experience.
Yeah.
It's not really about the high score, it's more the group.
Well, I got the original Guitar Hero for the Christmas it came out. I remember that, like, for Christmas I typically got 2 to 3 games. That was how Christmas worked. And, like, I remember, like, I just specifically, like, it looked like it got really high scores from all the press outlets. And it looked super cool, so I was like, I want this. God, what did I, like, I'm trying to remember what I asked for Christmas that year, like, 05. Christmas 05. What did I, like, what games did I ask for? I'm trying to remember, what did I get?
It was the year of the Xbox, but it was still very new.
But, well, yeah, that also, I, like, bought those games through, like, mowing lawns all summer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had a hardcore farmer's stand. No, even worse.
I know, but for me, this is, like, probably the craziest one I've seen. So
like,
look how pale I am.
Like, you could straight up see that, like, oh, this guy obviously just, like, it wasn't as bad as my football pads. Like, when I wore football pads, it was like it was like 100% like cutoff line.
Mm-hmm.
God, completely lost my train of thought. Let's see. God, what was it? Oh well. Anyway, we let's see. But I got it for Christmas. I just fell in love with it. Like, I was so enamored with the original Guitar Hero. And same with Guitar Hero 2, and then 3 came around, I really liked it. And then, like, I instantly dropped it for Rock Band. Like, it wasn't even a question. Like, that weekend I got it, and I remember the weekend I actually got the full set. I remember, like, I asked my grandfather, like, I had Christmas money, and I asked my grandfather, like, yo, is there any work I can do for you, or some extra cash? He's like, yeah, come to the shop, help me do some stuff. I go to the sheet metal shop, I help him clean up, make some stuff. You know, he pays me, like, $9 an hour, I think it was at the time. And like, I buy that original Rock Band kit for, like, $140. And... oh my god. Like, Mitch and I beat the game in a weekend. Like Mitch Marsala and I, we got to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in a weekend. We got it Saturday, like, we started playing it Friday night, and pretty much didn't stop, except for the occasional nap, until Sunday afternoon. It was magical. Magical.
Considering we were also in school at the time, a lot easier to get togethers.
Yeah, that's one of the shitty parts about being an adult.
Everyone has a different schedule at all different times and lives everywhere.
Like, until you get to that point where you're, like, all in your, like, 30s and are on, like, career schedules, which is usually, like, you know, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, 10 to 6.
Yeah.
On weekdays. Like, until you're in, like, the career schedule. But like, when you're in your 20s working, like...
trying to build your life still.
Yeah, like, it's like everyone has a rapidly, like Ray and I do Super Senpai Bros. Ray works 9 at night till 5 in the morning. I work, my new schedule is going to be 4 in the afternoon until midnight. Like...
yeah.
Yeah, so... so, yeah.
Yeah. Rock Band.
Rock Band.
I look forward to playing that game next year.
That party's going to be rad next week. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that DLC process is a nightmare, though. I've been playing Persona 4 Dancing all night. Another music game. It's good. Like, they made smart improvements to those Hatsune Miku games. They made them less creepy.
Gotcha.
It has a story mode that's interesting. The new voice actor, they had to get new voice actors for certain characters.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly Laura Bailey and Troy Baker.
Okay.
They do fine. Their new voice actors do good enough.
Yeah, because Troy Baker is now famous.
Yeah, Troy Baker. Yeah. So anyway, is there anything else I played? Ray and I streamed Bloodborne for Halloween. We killed a boss. Rom the vacuous spider.
Okay.
Ray is my own Bloodborne mod. He is a real-life version of GTFO, but for Bloodborne.
Does he yell an air horn?
No, he goes, dodge, dodge, dodge! Whenever I hear that, I just start pressing circle. Just like, that is when I hear that, it's like, move, move, move. Mm-hmm. Anyway, you play anything new, or has it just been more of the same?
It's just been Forza 6, and Metal Gear.
Forza 6, how is it?
It's good-ish. To be honest, I'm kind of a little disappointed in it right now. Because you would think, like, it's been a good 4 years since I last bought a Forza game. And Forza 4 was really good, but with 6, it doesn't really quite feel like there was enough of a leap, in my opinion. The gap between 2 and 4 was really huge. The gap between 4 and 6 is... I don't know. It just doesn't really feel that big. If you're looking for like a good racing game, I'd say like give it a try. But I honestly can see Gran Turismo, if it comes out,
2020,
being better than Forza now. That's how I feel. Because I feel like Gran Turismo 7, when it comes out, it will be a bigger leap ahead. Which is funny because I just saw the slogan jump ahead. Gran Turismo 7 will jump ahead of Forza, in my opinion.
So last GameKast, we were predicting the holiday bundles, and we pretty much got all of them right. We called a Fallout bundle, there's a Fallout bundle. We called a Tomb Raider bundle, there's a Tomb Raider bundle. So,
combination of games, that happened.
Yep. That combo pack, like, that's the one I would get. Like $400, you get Ori, Rare Replay, and Gears.
That's good.
You sell Gears because it's bad. And keep the other two. What that Gears remake, like,
yeah,
not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Rare bundle's good. That Halo bundle's pretty sweet. The Halo Xbox looks dope. That thing looks so cool.
Oh yeah, speaking of this, I saw the Forza Xbox. I love the blue color. It is a fantastic color for that system. Huge, that thing is, and has its own power brick at the same time, which... Okay, sure.
No, what?
It's just... No, I'm just, like, referring to, like, it's just, like, you... Like, Xbox, you have, like, this colossal system with its own power brick, yet are less powerful than the PS4. Yeah, not very practically sized system. Now, if it's sitting on your TV stand or whatever, probably not a big deal.
Yeah, like...
But if you're in limited space, probably is a big deal.
So, we had one question from last week. If we could have any PS4 bundle, what would it be reasonably priced?
Any PS4 bundles in, like, the one now, or just, like, any imaginative one?
Well, within reason, like...
Within reason?
Let's say it's out now. I think they should do a Bloodborne bundle. It's kind of like that or Until Dawn. Like, those are the big two exclusives they have this year, and they're both good games, and Until Dawn and Bloodborne are both selling really well in spite of having no marketing. So
I would say, knowing what I know now, I would go for Destiny to Taken King.
Yeah,
it has a unique design now instead of just being one flat color.
I have heard really good things about that.
Knowing what I know now. Like last year I bought a Destiny bundle to PS4, which is basically a white PS4 and controller bundled with Destiny, and that was kind of a disappointment.
Well,
but with the Taken King, it sounds a lot better, and you have a more unique system that's more than just a.
You get Destiny. Like, we just got access to the beta last year.
Yeah.
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 That paid beta.
Man, that paid beta was good for about 2 weeks, though.
Yeah, that was a real fun 2 weeks. Over time, they really fixed stuff.
Yeah, so it officially launched, and it's good now. It's great.
Yeah.
They did a lot of work since
Beta.
since the second beta.
Yep. First beta and alpha weren't enough.
Yeah. But because the thing about Star Wars is that having heard some frustrations people have had regarding how the game played.
Bronson's soapbox. We'll talk about this week.
And then in Battlefront, I'm like, maybe the Taken King is a safer bet for me.
I would
Not
say,
to mention, if I didn't have a PS4 and didn't have Destiny, I freaking have the entire original Destiny to go through still.
Yeah, and then Amazon still has that bundle where if you buy that Destiny bundle, you get Metal Gear for free.
Wow.
Yeah, so
why the heck not? Just go get it.
Yeah, that's
you only need those 2 games for the rest of the year until Halo.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't play
but yeah, you can't. Yeah, I know.
So you could go backtrack and play Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Game's cool. It's the lore of Bloodborne is cool even. Anyway, so yeah, that'd be a good one. I mean, there's not much out that's exclusive they could do, and they've already made bundles and
next year better be the best year ever for PlayStation. If Gran Turismo comes out next year, I will be even happier.
Okay, well, look at what's exclusive on PlayStation next year. You got Uncharted.
Yes.
You got Street Fighter. You got Ratchet and Clank. You got Persona. You got those 4. That's huge. And there's some stuff on you got No Man's Sky. You got there's tons of stuff coming out for that.
Going back to sort of the beginning of the podcast when we were talking about Polyphony Digital, and the reason why I referenced that Order 1886 issue of Game Informer was because I just randomly peeked through it, and they have a little section called Quotables. Quotables.
Quotables. Yes.
Yeah, and it came from the head guy when he was from Polyphony Digital when he was talking to Famitsu, as translated in Polygon. It will be done in a year or 2. I forgot what year that Game Informer issue was. I'm tempted to say 2014 or 2013.
I'm saying 2014.
Yeah. So next year.
Okay, so this is what I've learned about Polyphony Digital. Just double any time estimate. Just double.
4 years.
So the soonest you are getting it is next year.
2018.
Is next
I could see the PS4 running until 2020 because game console cycles, it's believe it or not, if it were the 1990s right now, we would be at the halfway mark of a game console's lifespan if it were the 90s, which is to you and me is that's warp speed.
Yeah. Well, it's people can't people don't want to replace that shit every 4 years now.
I know, not to mention how expensive. I mean, I understand that $300 in the 90s is a lot more money than $300 today because inflation and whatever currency economics thing that's going on.
But then they had a surplus.
Yeah. Wait, surplus?
Yes.
Oh yeah. 90s. That was an interesting time.
Yeah, no kidding.
But now it's you think about why the 360 and the PS3 lived as long as it did, and it's probably because, when you're smacked in the middle of a recession, no one wants to go out and buy a $500 game system. So, there you go. Not to mention nowadays, everything is just kind of you can't really just shove out new consoles because games take longer to make now. So you need more time to get your games library built up before you can launch your next system.
Not only that, but
with PlayStation halfway through, can you imagine the halfway point and not having that much? Yeah, but now it's we're not at the halfway point yet, so here's the best year ever for PlayStation.
Well,
which it better be.
Anyway,
I waited a long time for this.
Anyway, that'll be the GameKast for the week. I am Bronson Fiore.
A very tired Bronson Fiore. And I'm Anthony Tom.
And we'll be back next week with more of the GameKraft GameKast.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye.